A chilling FBI file reveals a disturbing list of Polaroid pictures, power tools, human bones and other evil items taken from cannibal killer Jeffrey Dahmer's home. The disturbing dossier includes grim details of the evidence, which was sent from the Milwaukee Police Department to the FBI crime lab in Quantico, Virginia for examination. The 74 pages of declassified documents, obtained by The Sun Online, reveals correspondence between Police Chief Philip Arreola and the FBI Director William S. Sessions. The remains of 11 decapitated, dismembered victims were discovered in the apartment of Jeffrey Dahmer, writes Chief Arreola, in the document dated August 12, 1991. And attached was a list of evidence which was sent off for tested at the FBI lab. As cops desperately tried to piece together the horror they uncovered in Dahmer's stinking flat at the Oxford Apartments, some of the most chilling items listed in the manifest was 3 Polaroid photos of his victims from his vile collection. Dahmer is understood to have taken 84 photos from his 17 victims, which he kept as mementos to help him relive his twisted crimes. One of the photos sent to the FBI was stated as showing Jeremiah Weinberger, 23, who was Dahmer's 15th victim, on July 5, 1991. The cops noted the picture also showed Dahmer's right leg and foot in the photo, and the others depicted Ernest Miller, 22, Dahmer's 7th victim, and David Thomas, his 8th victim. Cops requested the FBI analyze and examine the photos to further the identification of the suspect and victims. The Polaroids were key to Dahmer getting caught, as the cop who arrested him discovered them in his bedside table. Officer Rolf Mueller and his partner Robert Rout had been flagged down by Dahmer victim Tracy Edwards, who was still in handcuffs. Edwards had escaped and told the cops about his ordeal at the hands of a freak. The cops went back to Dahmer's home, and when they were looking around, Mueller spied the stack of sick pics. "These are for real," he said. Dahmer attempted to flee, but the cops managed to wrestle him to the ground and handcuff him, ending his murderous rampage. Other items included in the evidence sent to the FBI included Dahmer's tools, such as a selection of saw blades. It also included a Sears Craftsman power drill and a hypodermic needle. Samples of skull fragments with drill holes were also in the selection, all likely part of Dahmer's disturbing efforts to create zombies or love slaves. Dahmer dreamed of making his victims into compliant, near-brain-dead creatures who he could keep around his home. His plan never worked, and his twisted efforts killed them. He told cops that his sexual fantasies took complete control over him, and he wanted his victims to do everything he needed. FBI analysis documents included in the declassified files concluded that the holes in the skulls were likely caused by a drill bit. Other chilling items also include various knives, saw blades, and even a wooden spoon. Dahmer is known for meticulously dismembering and part cannibalizing his helpless victims after drugging them. The twisted killer believed eating the men and boys who killed would help them stay with him. Frozen samples of organs, teeth, other human remains kept by Dahmer were also shipped in the crime lab, along with fabric samples from Dahmer's carpets, sofa, and bed sheets. All of this evidence was key in building a true picture of the horror of Dahmer's crimes and 17 young men and boys whose lives he stole. Vile explicit Polaroid snaps showed Dahmer engaging in sex acts with the bodies of some of his dead victims, while others showed naked dismembered corpses in different poses. Dahmer photographed his victims as he wanted to keep them as mementos to keep him company. According to the American Journal of Forensic Medicine and Pathology, in 1994, it is understood the sick also took pictures of his victims at the various stages of the murder process, so he could recollect each act afterward and relive the experience, reports biography. Police also found sketches of a planned to construct an altar in his house. The serial killer confessed to making his victims pose for pictures on a black table that he planned to make part of his altar. Cops also discovered a blood-soaked mattress and tools such as a hammer and saw where Dahmer would mutilate his victims. Childlike pictures showed where Dahmer intended to decorate an altar with his victims' skulls. Painted skeletons would stand on either side of a long back table, which would be dotted with heads. Police officers also found barrels of acid that Dahmer used to dissolve the remains of his victims. Dahmer was handed 16 consecutive life terms and jailed at the Columbia Correctional Institution in Wisconsin in 1992. He was bludgeoned to death with a metal bar by fellow inmate Christopher Scarver 2 years later.